Hey everyone, welcome to Lesson 10 of the Image Gallery project. In this lesson, we're going to pick up where we left off, so let's make sure our workflow is ready to go. Make sure your GitHub repository is open. You have your Cloud9 IDE ready to go, or whatever IDE you're working on. And here's where we left off. And I heard you. I felt you yelling at me. Here's the HTML file. A little recap of where we were. We introduced the idea of a class attribute, and we installed or employed two of them. Image card for the entire image, div, if you will, that included the image, the site, and the paragraph. And then we had a subcard for just the site and the paragraph called card text. And I went down and actually put in, or asked you to put in comments, and I labeled the comments wrong here. So this is lowercase c card text. So that's one thing. So Control S, and a second thing, if you haven't done it yet, you should be, at least this is for my class, and again, you're being graded on this under general management for projects. Make sure anytime you're at a key break, you are pushing your work up from Cloud9 IDE or your local IDE to GitHub with the for git command status, add, commit, and push. So if you haven't done that already, pause video, do that, but please make sure you're making a habit of that after every work stoppage, whether it is in a lesson or in a class. All right. Now, where we left off as far as the view here. Let's take a look. We also introduced the idea of Flexbox, and we set the image card, all three, the main container, to flex so that we can control the three elements in a flexible manner, and that was the image, the site, and the paragraph. And we made sure that it was flex direction column and centered both horizontally and vertically. And we added the margin of 7 rem at the top, and it could be misleading, and you're probably asking, well, wait a minute, why isn't the margin in between the site and the picture taking effect? Well, that margin 7 is after. Don't forget, that's for the entire image card, so that's down here. It is not creating separation between the image and the site yet. So we're going to take care of that now. So that is why things look a little tight there. But we've got our image looking a little better. We got a three-dimensional curvature to it. So let's actually now clean up and work on the card class. So card text class. I have a hard time remembering that. All right, so we're going to focus on the site and the paragraph. Let's go back to our style.css, and first things first, remember anytime we are using the selector, which is a class and not an element, we have to begin with dot. And it's dot card text, and then our curly brackets, and then we could begin setting this up. And right off the bat, I want the text color to be a certain value. And let's see, let's go all the way back up to the top here. Just give me a minute here. Text color should be, we're going to use the secondary color. I believe that's right. Yes. So let's capture the secondary color up in our notes at the top. Bring that down and apply it to our font color within the card text. Close that out with a semicolon. And the next one, we want to align everything to the center. So text align to the center, semicolon. And let's add some padding at 1 rem, equivalent of 10 pixels based on our adjustment. We're going to add border radius again. And border radius will add some curvature. We're going to use the same 30 pixels to be consistent with the image up top. And then let's create some separation with margin top. So this will create the separation between the image and the text itself. All right. So let's see how that looks. Control S to save it, refresh, and we now have a little bit more separation here. And I'm going to bring in a box shadow effect, again to be consistent with the three-dimensional shading we've done on everything else. So at this point, I'm going to close out the viewport or the preview for a minute and allow you to pause the video here and get the box shadowing in and save, and come on back when you are ready. All right, welcome back. And let's make sure you save that. Let's head on over to our preview again and bring that back up. Okay, so, and as we move this, notice that's the width 100% as our 4 rems or 40 pixels on the side stays consistent. And the image is fitting nicely the way we wanted. And there's our box shadow around and the curvature around our card text. So the text for the card. Things are a little small there, and we also have to fix the link that we have there, so we'll do that. So let's see, I believe we need to let's change those font sizes right now. So those font sizes, remember, are specific to HTML tags, the site tag. And we're going to put font size, and let's make that a little bit bigger to 2 rems. So that's going to be 20 pixels. And I'm going to just copy and paste this whole piece here. There we go. And I'm going to take site out, and I'm going to use the P tag for paragraph. And the font size for that, let's change to 1.2. So let's save that. Let's refresh our view. And now we're getting a little bit larger view of our citations. So it's looking a little better. We do want to change the decoration here. So we could do that with the following steps. So just like we did with image card, I'm going to do .image card to reference the entire card itself, and then a tag is just any href, any link that we have, and with that I want text decoration to be none. And then let's see, I want the color, the font color, to be for that link. So remember, these are the links. I want the tertiary color to come in here. So let's Control C, bring that back down to our A tags, which is our links. Let's get Control S to save, refresh, and there you go. We've got a slight differentiation in the color of our text. And notice when we move the cursor over, it's indicating a link. So that is exactly what we want. All right. Okay, at this point, it looks like we've got our styling, at least for the card, the way we want. We want the image, we want a little space here, and the reference. The site is bigger. The reference to the author of the image is there with our links. Now, the trick is, if we pull this back and look at our file, remember in, I think it's Project Specs MD? No. That one is not it. It is in Assets, I'm sorry. So in Assets, we have the other 8 pictures, but there's also a copyright and credit markdown file here. So let's open that up. And this is the actual links for the other images. So what you want to do is we want to capture, so for example, here's the Aloha palm tree blue sky. Let's go back to our HTML right now, and we have in the paragraph image by and then the A tag. So that should match image by and the A tag here. So we want to capture everything outside of the square brackets, and that's going to be our paragraph reference. And inside of the square brackets will be the site, the title of the photo. So pause your video. Let's see if you could actually copy in. So we want right now to basically take this whole section all the way down here. Control C. Hit enter and Control V, and now we want to add the other cards. So let's see if you could do this. We want to take out, remember, you want to take out the image source and replace it. You want to take out the alt. So let's do this. I'm going to close out of the view. You want to change the alt for the image. We could actually take out the width and height now that we are adjusting that in CSS, so we could remove that. In the card text, you want to have the site put in that's coming inside the square brackets, and then change the paragraph. So let's see, I could actually delete all of this up to here. And our next one, so let's see if we could do this one together. Our next one is Maui Sunset. And actually, I'm going to let me highlight Maui Sunset, Control V, bring over to index.html. I'm going to keep going back to the CSS here. And we want that inside the site. So place that in the site. Then we're going to go back to copyright, and this is where you got to be careful, but we want to get everything here from image by all the way over. And it should end at the A tag there. So Control C, come on back to your index and put that inside the paragraph tag. And now we have to change the image. So the last piece here, we want the Maui Sunset. I believe this is it. So highlight that Maui Sunset, right click on it, and we want to copy file path. I'm going to come back and remove that. And remember, we only need the reference to the assets folder because we are in the root folder of the project as we sit with index.html. So hit Control S. So let's see if we have the new image, we have the new site, and the image by. So save that, and let's preview. And now we should see two different images. All right, so one other thing that I would recommend doing here is, let me see. When we have this in HTML here, close card text class. Let's go down below and let's put underneath close image class 1, and this one will be close image class 2. Okay, so we're going to pause the video, And at this point, continue on with the other, I think there are 7 more. So come on back once you have done that for the other 7. And I'll be waiting. All right, welcome back. Yes, that was a little tedious, but hopefully you took your time and went slow. And if there are some errors, you just want to, again, slowly walk through and make sure that you're matching the cards for 1 and 2, because remember, that's our model that was correct. Okay, so we've got div class 2 here. On my screen, there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And you could tell why I like to use, in this circumstance, the numbering so that I know each card in their HTML grouping or classes belong to one another, and I could account for all 9. All right, so make sure you save that. Let's take a final look at the preview. And I'm just going to make that a little bit more phone-friendly look here. That's about right. So we've got our header with the border and the shading, and then our image, the site and the author reference. There's our Maui sunset, the waterfall, beach landscape, Nepali coast, our sea turtle, the sunset, the volcano, and I ran out of room with the scroll, and finally aloha. So there is our 9. Okay, so we have completed the mobile first design. Congratulations. So if this were, we haven't published it yet, but when we do publish it, this is how it will look on your phone. If we do happen to open this up, this is how it's going to look on a big screen. So we do have some work ahead of us with that. But at this point, we're going to stop the video. Congratulations on finishing the mobile first styling of your image gallery. We will see you in the next one. Don't forget, very important right now, make sure you are going in and pushing everything from your Cloud9 IDE up to GitHub with the git commands, status, add, commit, and push. Thanks for coming along, everybody. We'll see you in the next one.